Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Hedera and HBAR, more so specifically why I believe that Hedera is going to shock the retail sector. So I have made videos very similar to this in the past. More so specifically in this video, we will be centering on the retail sector in general, not just, everything outside of the retail sector, like, payments and finance, which also ultimately bleed into the retail sector. We're going to be centering it on gaming and more so DeFi. So let's just dive in and let's start off with this tweet here from the HBAR Foundation. So on Monday, tomorrow, we will be seeing a huge ecosystem week from Hedera, where they are focusing on the HBAR ecosystem players and also what they have been working on behind the scenes. We have the full tweet over here from Hedera themselves. It is going to be a virtual event starting on the 12th throughout the week, aimed at both devs and the wider community, showcasing the incredible work being done on the network to drive the decentralized revolution. And they will be featuring presentations from Hedera, Swirls Labs, and many of the other projects on the network. This week will provide the community with key insights into the ever-growing Hedera ecosystem from the builders and community members that make the network what it is today. So, very excited for this. Reason why is because it is going to be centered on marketing. There has been a ton of marketing around Hedera lately, and it has been providing some incredible updates, especially around a lot of the innovations that are already happening. I do want to start off, before we jump on into the gaming section of discussions, I do want to start off with going over here to the Hedera ecosystem from the HBAR Foundation, and I want to have the metaverse section tabbed in over here just to give you guys a quick insight on what's actually happening. And let's dive into the gaming sector. So the gaming area around Hedera has been growing rapidly. We have been focused on this for a very long time. And we do see an article posted around Hedera and gaming, and why there's going to be a big significant change happening into the Web3 sector around gaming, around even Hedera. And we do see customizable and enforced NFT royalties, low predictable fees, unmatched energy efficiency, EVM compatibility. When it comes to Web3 gaming, there is no network more optimal than Hedera to build on. And as we do focus on a lot of these Web3 use cases, I've actually just recently talked about Web3 on Twitter. I forgot what the tweet was fully, in general talking about, but it was more so talking and addressing like Web3 adoption from some of the biggest corporations out there, like Starbucks recently. Web3 is still very, very early. A lot of people don't look at crypto as an early asset class because it's been around for so long, right? It's been around since 2008, 2009, and a lot of people think that they're actually late to the party because a lot of the gains are already kind of in place. But if you think about it, and you focus on the bigger picture outside of just Bitcoin, there's still a ton of growth opportunity left in this market, specifically around DLTs like Hedera. Why? Because of the efficiencies behind them and the doors that it unlocks for the retail sector. Retail, when we talk about Web3, retail will play a vital role in boasting the value of Web3 entirely. I even talked about this with Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3, comparing and really contrasting the overall differences of all three, and also talking about the valuations of Web 1, Web 2, and even Web 3, and it's in the trillions of dollars. If Web 3 does achieve its valuations that a lot of individuals have predicted into the $140 plus trillion area, it could very well happen by like 2035, and HBAR by 2035 could very well be worth, I mean, just hypothetical, $50 plus. But again, we're talking about what ifs and, the feature on what we don't really understand, what we don't know what's going to happen. Valuations in this market can change rapidly. I've talked about HBAR, and I've always said like HBAR to me will achieve the $3 to $6 range at some point in time in probably the next major cycle. Why? Because of the retail sector. Retail adoption has grown the Hedera sector for a very long time now, since going all the way back to even the summertime when we started to see a ton of numbers, pouring into Hedera around the NFT sector. I mean, we watched Zeus market go from 10 million total, addressable value being transacted to 100 million, and we're talking about in HBARs. It was absolutely insane, and it was in such a short amount of time. And now we're starting to see huge name brand games launching on Hedera. We actually do see here huge from HBAR to the moon. FIFA licensed game called Own the Zone, Own the Zone, focused on World Cup 2022, is live and is built on Hedera. And yeah, I have the overall announcement over here. Today we've announced the launch of Play Own the Zone, the officially licensed FIFA.com World Cup game built by Reality Plus Web3 on the carbon negative Hedera network for Qatar 2022. Metaverse is Hedera. And we do see the full breakdown here, through Own the Zone. Fans have the chance to win limited edition digital collectibles and real world prizes leveraging the Hedera token service. These dynamic Hedera NFTs are helping bring Web3 technology to the masses through the biggest sporting event in the world. Playing Own the Zone is easy. Players head to ownthezone.io and register to receive digital merch cards for upcoming FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 matches. Playable from today, where a Hedera wallet is automatically created for them to remove any friction. And we do see a few other discussions around here around some prizes. So there's a prize of upwards of 5,000 euros every single match day. So that's pretty significant. And yeah, I think that this is awesome. I really do think that a lot of people don't realize how big these updates actually are, because this is giving us a little bit of a glimpse into the future around gaming and around the retail sector, specifically what is going to power, we'll say, the next 100 million users into crypto. I always say, like, between enterprises, between the financial institutions, between the retail sector, like, the next 100 million users around crypto is going to be easily achieved. But let's talk about the next 1 billion, because that's going to be very, very exciting. All of these use cases around the Web3 market is just kind of giving us a glimpse on what the next evolution around crypto will be centered on. And it's going to be centered on the retail sector initially, and then from there on out, we will see a lot more adoption from the enterprise grade sector and the institutional grade sector, which we've already started to kind of see be a reality. And even retail has been adopting into crypto for a while around NFTs, because they do, really kind of see a value behind that. And also, that was not the only game. We also seen over here, we're excited to announce that Cosmium, the AAA title combining MOBA, RPG, RTS, has selected Hedera as its DLT of choice to further enhance the in-game experience and bring power to the end user. Metaverse is Hedera. And here you guys have a few breakdowns on it. The artwork looks pretty high quality, I would say. After 6 years in development under Mindif technology, Cosmium combines famous multiplayer online battle arenas, MOBAs, and Defense of the Ancients, Dota-style games, action role-playing games, and also the real-time strategy games. And Cosmium believes that the first instances of video games that introduced play-to-earn and NFTs lost the true ethos of what games are meant to be: fun. Originally building on Solana, interesting, Cosmium decided to migrate to Hedera to develop their fun-to-play mechanic, a combination of P2E, NFTs, and real AAA gameplay. Having searched for DLT that could facilitate the smoothest in-game experience possible, Cosmium decided to leverage the carbon-negative Hedera. The game will leverage the Hedera token service, supporting both HBAR and Hedera tokens. And this is incredible. It's expected to launch in Q1 of 2022 or 2023. Sorry, it's the alpha version of it, and their open beta is expected in Q2 of 2023 as well. And the very interesting thing about this that I've always mentioned, and by the way, here you guys have a little bit of a trailer behind it. Absolutely insane. I mean, like, this is why I focus on Hedera. A lot of people will say, like, what's the TPS right now? What's the live TPS? Show me a live TPS report of other major networks in this game that are not, and I say that are not, facilitating fake transactions. When we look at Solana, right? Solana is a perfect example of a network that achieved incredible things. It did like a 500x run in 2020 to 2021, and a lot of it was from the retail sector. A lot of it was centered on gaming and NFTs. And here we have, games launching on Hedera that are moving away from Solana actually to build on Hedera. And I want you to all understand and realize like the value behind Hedera at this point, as we do start to see a lot more of these use cases saying, Solana is just not efficient for us. Let's move over to Hedera, which we've started to see even with Ethereum. Like, this is big. Like, this is a huge transition, and I want you all to realize that, like, when we focus on what Hedera is doing for the retail sector, it is, in my opinion, going to shock the entire retail sector and provide a ton of value to flood into Hedera as an ecosystem, but also even the token itself. And we do see over here from the HBAR Foundation, over the past year, we've seen the metaverse on Hedera gain real-world traction, the big names driving real-world value from AAA gaming to hyper-real avatars, NFTs, and virtual worlds. Hedera is proving itself as the home of the metaverse. Hedera has always had a longevity in mind, from the Hashgraph consensus algorithm all the way to network governance and beyond. The approach has been to ensure sustainable growth as a 100-year company. For builders, the network is best-in-class combination of speed, security, decentralization, and sustainability, scalable to 10,000 plus TPS, whilst maintaining ABFT, the gold standard of security, low fixed fees, and a carbon negative footprint. And then down here, realizing the importance of stable network governance, the decentralized Hedera Governing Council is led by Fortune 500s, leading universities, law firms, banks, and beyonds, all run network nodes, explore use cases, and contribute to the governance for their 2 3-year terms. And we do see now with wallets, launchpads, marketplaces, and some of the biggest names in the world behind us, the infrastructure is in place for Web 2 and Web 3 creators to flourish in the Hedera metaverse. And so we now are in 2022, stronger than ever, and with a flourishing ecosystem emerging. Only 2 weeks ago, we saw the first EA licensed Play Apex esports platform, the Real MGG, launch on Hedera. Want to explore the ecosystem, and there's so much more happening on Hedera. And now I do want to take you guys to the Metaverse Fund. So all of this would not be possible if it wasn't for the HBAR Foundation launching this grant system to power a lot of these major use cases. And not all of them are here. Some of these are like for an example, like some of the use cases that I just talked to you guys about, like some of these games that are launching, like they are not labeled here. In fact, there's one that is not labeled here that we have been focused on for a while. I totally am blanking on the name of the game, but I want to say it's Ashfall. I'm pretty sure it's Ashfall. Huge game. And there's so much more being powered by the HBAR Foundation. Like, you guys can read through all of these. Like, it's an absolute massive ecosystem. And the crazy part is, like, this is just beginning. Like, there's going to be so much more. And we're seeing a lot more growth within the DeFi sector too. Like, Sausage Swap Labs just recently reported that they generated over $218,000 in fees to date, with $182,000 going to liquidity providers. This is all real yield sourced from trading activity on the decentralized exchange, consisting of over 400,000 unique swap events. So the volume has been almost $73 million. Total fees about $218.1K. The, again, LP earned fees, $181.7K. And then the DAO revenue, $36.3K, and trades about almost 3K. This is crazy to me. Like, as we do focus on a lot of things around Hedera, like, I just do not see a future where Hedera is not powering a large portion of the Web3 economy. And I've always said, like, HBAR, in my opinion, will become the trust layer of the Web3 economy. It looks like it very well could be, and this is going to be very exciting to watch kind of unfold and blossom out. I do think that 2023 and 2024 are going to be a very good time for Hedera and HBAR. Let's see what the path ahead holds for us. But with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on because I'm free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day. But for now, if you guys are on this beautiful world, this has been Nick. Peace out, guys.